10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Air feels similar, landscape different, sub-zero temperatures, no known settlers.
Stay fucking hating.
Stay hating. What am I like? The 12-week cut is over. It's been a hard graft. It's been grueling. It's been painful. It's been a complete and utter piece of piss. In about an hour's time, I'm going to get a DEXA scan to measure my body fat, lean body fat, all that sort of thing, which should be good. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go through the diet and the training and the drugs. We'll start with drugs because everyone likes it. Was I taking any cut-in drugs, any steroids? No, I wasn't. I was taking 250 milligrams of testosterone and anthate once a week. That's all I did for 12 weeks. I didn't do any Winstrol, T3, Clen, anything like that. So that's the drugs over. On to training. I was continually doing my push-pull leg split given to me by JP. The last 4 weeks of the cut, I implemented a upper-lower full body split. So I dropped down my sessions to only 3 a week and upped my cardio to 2 a week. Strength started okay. I was increasing in a few areas, but towards the middle, latter end of the cut, it did drop off a fair bit. I think that might have been due to the extremity with regard to the calorie cut that I implemented. Which brings us on to the diet. As you, I'm sure, are very well aware now, I'm incredibly flexible when it comes to dieting. Not to say that I abuse it, in which I have felt that I've abused it in the past with regard to the off season. But this particular dieting, there was no fancy sort of tricks or potions or pills that I was using. The first chunk of my cut, I was just consuming the amount of calories that I was given or that I gave myself. There was no intermittent fasting, there was no carb back loading. It was just the first 4 weeks was my set calorie target, and that was eating at any various point in the day. Second phase of the diet, I implemented a method which I like doing very much, which is carbohydrate backloading, which is essentially saving the majority of your carbohydrates to the evening time. You train, post-workout, you can consume the majority of your carbohydrates. And then the latter part of the cut, I started intermittent fasting. So I was eating between 2 p.m. and I think it was 9 or 10 p.m. in the evening. How much weight did I drop? 14.9 kilos. I started the cut at 103.9. I finished on 89 kg on the nose. That is quite a severe weight drop in 12 weeks and something that I would not recommend. However, you saw the state of me and a lot needed to come off. In that 12-week block, fat would have been decreased, water, etc., and possibly a bit of muscle there, which I'm looking forward to doing a DEXA scan later on, although I didn't get a DEXA scan before the cut. Didn't have enough money, it's fairly expensive, so this is just a starting point for the off season really. If this was competition prep and I started at that weight 103.9, it'd have been a lot slower. I don't recommend any clients do quick crash weight loss, but each their own. I did it. Calorie intake at the start of the cut was around about 2,600 and I ended up dropping to about 1,900 calories for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Again, low, but I just wanted to get as much fat off me as possible. I was not eating chicken, rice and broccoli 4 times a day. I was not eating steak on its own with broccoli. I was having KFC, I was having wings, I was having burgers, I was having scones and jam, I was having refeeds. So, I mean, it's all documented on the little series. I was, however, still having my 5 a day, my micronutrients. I was having my veg at times when I needed my veg. But just to piss a certain few people off on the internet, I just showed myself scoffing down so-called dirty foods. So this 12-week cut really was just a sort of a little experiment. It was just a video to show, a document to say, look, you don't have to eat like a clean little bitch to get into condition. And I mean, no way am I saying I'm like shredded, but as you can see, I've cut down a fair bit. If you feel I have missed anything in this video or want to ask me anything, comment section below, or thomasmoorept@gmail.com. This wasn't planned, it was just I thought I'd do a 12-week cut and tell you a lot about it. DEXA scans in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm left-handed. You know you are in very nice toilets when there is an air blade. Oh, it's not Dyson. That's absolutely, it's disgusting. Thank you to Archie who did the scan. 21 years old, absolute animal, beast. I'll go through the results when I get home. I look mad ginger in that. That's better, strawberry blonde. Results, what they do in Body Scan UK is they give you 3 pieces of paper detailing your lean mass, your bone density, your fat percentages, etc, etc. They then give you a booklet to explain the results. One expectation that people go a bit crazy about and get upset is your fat expectations. I'll explain, well, Phil can explain it in Luke's one yesterday, right now.
Body fat, so the body fat percentage, the lowest we've had is 10.0.
Okay,
Right.
so when I'm saying, when everyone's like, oh, I'm 5 to 6% when I'm on stage, it's like not an DEXA scan.
No, be dead. Yeah. So 10 bodybuilders have been 11.5%, 12%.
Now onto my results. I'll put these here, and then I'll read them here, slightly off centre. So my weight yesterday was 87.2 kilos. My fat mass was 15. My lean mass was 72 kilos. And my body fat percentage was 17.7%. So if I were to get a caliper test done, then I'd probably be looking at maybe 10 to 12% body fat. And what a very interesting point that was made that Archie and Phil both said yesterday was out of the 1,400 people, a variety of bodybuilders, they've never had anyone under 10%. JP went a week after his show at the NABBA Worlds and he measured in at 12%. And he was diced to the bone. So it just gives you an understanding that body fat isn't necessarily made out to be this whole holy grail that it's meant to be. I'm gonna leave the video there and wrap it up. If you follow my Instagram or Snapchat, you would have seen I got into a bit of beef. And you know, I keep doing it. I keep knocking supplementation. I keep knocking individuals that push diets. I keep knocking individuals that push bogus supplementation. I keep demonising people. I keep ridiculing individuals in the industry. And I just want to take this time on camera just to from the bottom of my heart, to deeply apologise.
To absolutely nobody!
The king does what he wants. I see you Saturday at Body Power.